And Peter Obi has asked INEC to verify certificates of all candidates before the 2027 election. For those of you that might not understand what this is all about, remember when the court ruled on the issue of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's certificate that was forged in Chicago State University? What the court said was that it was a pre-election matter. So event had overtaken all of that. But guess what? Another election is on the way, and that's 2027. And you know who has been campaigning, even though it's illegal to campaign for the 2027 election. Definitely, you heard right, Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Everywhere you go in Nigeria, you see campaigns. But the other day they showed Edo State where vehicles have been branded with his name and everything. But anyway, so people are saying now, INEC, get ready. Everybody's certificate, check it left, right, center, and be sure that indeed they are who they say they are. Let me come back and say, this is the cable. The cable is said Peter Obi, former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, says the resignation of Uche Nnaji as Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology is commendable. That is to say, the minister that resigned when he was brought out is commendable, but after commendation, the next thing is supposed to be prosecution. In a statement on Thursday, Obi said Nnaji's decision to step down after questions were raised about his academic credentials showed a sense of decency and accountability that should be the standard in public office. He recalled that under late President Muhammadu Buhari, Kemi Adeosun, then Minister of Finance, also resigned after questions were raised about her NYSC certificate. Obi said such incidents underscore the issues around certificate integrity. No, let me take that again. I think I'm getting a bit tired, but hey, let's get this done. Obi said such incidents underscore that issues around certificate integrity are not minor, but serious criminal matters that undermine governance. As we approach the 2027 general election, INEC and all relevant agencies must take decisive steps to verify and authenticate the academic and professional certificates of all candidates, from the president to local government council. Did you see what I see? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? And see, this is not something that should be left to just Mr. Peter Obi to do. This is something that we all Nigerians need to take it on. We need to ask INEC, verify the certificate of all candidates. And yes, it's pre-election matter. Do it pre-election and let the court rule on it. If they need us to go to court to say, hey, don't do this. But you know, the ironic thing about it is that by the time you now go to court, right, before election, then they'll be the ones, they got to be telling that, oh, you are a busy body, you don't have any local standard on this matter. It is a party issue. Nigerian judiciary, those judicial officers that are corrupt in Nigerian judiciary, in short, the karma will catch you here before you even go to the hereafter. Mr. Peter Obi wrote this on his Twitter handle, now known as X. He said, we cannot continue to allow dishonesty and criminality to sit at the heart of leadership. The former Anambra governor said Nigeria must urgently reform the process of qualification and background checks for public office holders. He said other countries, including Ghana, have set the right example by ensuring thorough verification of candidates' educational claims before election. Just let me pause a little bit. And I'm thinking, this whole Nnaji thing and the resignation, is there anybody that is going to pay the consequence of not thoroughly checking? Because this is the most basic thing you need to check. First of all, check their certificate. Are they authentic? How did DSS miss that? These are things that DSS and who are supposed to verify. These are things that even the Senate are supposed to check. Who is responsible for checking and verifying that these things are right, that they didn't do it? And what price is that person paying, or those people pay, or that institution paying? That is something where we always feel all of these things will be done. Nothing happens to those people. Just like I always talk about when they say some buildings have been put in a place that they're not supposed to be, they go and put those buildings. Who are the people that gave the clearance to do, the approval to do? Are they also losing their jobs? Those are things we should be looking at. But anyway, coming that INEC has enough time to investigate past complaints about various forms of forgery and false claims. Remember, Tinubu, there's a lot of forgery allegation against him. Every incumbent and aspiring candidate must submit all academic certificates immediately for verification and public accessibility, clearly detailing schools attended from primary to university level. Obi said recurring cases of forgery and false declarations have weakened citizens' faith in democracy. If we truly desire a free, fair, and credible 2027 election, the process of integrity must begin now. The ex-governor also urged INEC to reopen investigation into pending complaints about falsified credentials and ensure that all aspirants submit their certificates for verification and public access. Every incumbent and inspiring candidate must disclose schools attended from primary to secondary level Obi says. He said the values of truth, transparency, and accountability must become the foundation of leadership in Nigeria. In the background is to understand that Nigeria had been under fire over allegation that he forged the credentials he submitted to Bola Tinubu at the Senate during his ministerial confirmation. Nigeria resigned from the federal cabinet on Tuesday after an investigation by Premium Times showed discrepancies in his academic record. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and the African Democratic Congress (ADC) have called for the ex-minister's prosecution, because you cannot prosecute someone else. You say, oh, you've done something, you forced signature, and then a minister does it, and you say that, I think seriously, no, after the resignation, there should be prosecution. There are people who suffer to get the results that they do, people who fail and fail and fail, and they write and write and write until the pass. And then you're having some people who just come out of nowhere, forge, results, and just get in there. We must begin to ensure that there's rule of law where the same thing applies to everybody, and not that because you're rich and famous or you're known, then you can get away with the law. There are so many things. It's one thing, let's say, for example, when you were a child or whatever you did something, but hey, as an adult, that's not the way that it should be. At the end of the day, let there be rule of law. Let the same thing apply to everybody. And this, but most importantly, INEC, start it now. This is now pre-election matter. Start investigating. And if anyone who has a forged certificate, then they shouldn't participate in the election. Especially people like Mr. Tinubu, who said he finished from a school.
Oh, my, this is wonderful event. Yes, yes. Peter Obi, they see for INEC to verify all the old candidates. You understand? So before 2027 election, you understand? May they verify their certificate. You get me? So well, it's a good idea. So as a country where they work, now somebody is doing. You understand? So anybody will want contest, at least they need to share their certificate. You understand? Whether they forge them, because what they happen now. More use this energy but I take make example. You understand? So we see how everything go on. You understand? According to the story, a certificate they say you know write exam, you know go NYSC. NYSC they don't issue a certificate. They don't issue an NYSC certificate. You understand? How come he take get that certificate? So now that won't be the problem. You understand? Because many people didn't involved in this matter. You understand? Many of them. Now forged certificate that they use. Now forged certificate that they use. You understand? So okay now the other side, what do you mean they talk now? I want to happen. You understand? Okay, maybe they share the rest people and our president Bola Tinubu. We know his story. Okay, he go hala mean they shake you. He go hala they shake you. So before we discuss this thing, we supposed to know the type of the country where we did. You understand how things they go on, how things they work. You get me? So you know your days like that. You understand? Whereby the president where they lead us, where they rule us. You see, it's still their fault at least. It's a typical forgery. You understand? It's a thing not complete and forget. We know 2023 election how they take a further case for court. You understand? So before the do now, all those who are usual, all those who are judges, they close everything. You understand? They close everything. Well, make I not talk too much. Now here we did. I see my everybody they can't give on here with I shall Yusuf talk. So make I see double comment on the conversation. I give you no more for sugar boy.